Apex Legends Mobile 1 month later. Has it gotten better or has it gotten worse? Hey guys, how's it going? It is Smalls, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Apex Legends Mobile 1 month later, and we are going to be talking about the good things and bad things that have come from the newest update. I really wanted to wait till this new update came out so I could test it out and see, so let's get straight into it. So first off, let's talk about the good things. So don't get me wrong, this game is fun. This is probably one of the best BRs out there right now currently. It's not your basic BR that everyone knows and loves like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, New State, and all these other BR games that don't really change the game too often. And Apex Legends did just that. And along with the BR modes, they also came out with some multiplayer modes. And in my original review for this game, I was talking about the BR mode mainly just because I really didn't want to try out the multiplayer mode at that time, because the main focus that everybody was mainly talking about was the BR mode. So I didn't end up trying it, and I did say that I was going to try to cover it at a later date, and here is that later date. So let's talk about the normal TDM. And the TDM is honestly not that bad. It's a pretty basic concept, and you know, Apex Legends wasn't really focused on multiplayer, so keeping it basic and keeping it casual was something good that they ended up doing. I really like it. It's pretty casual. It's not super sweaty. You know, if you're tired of the BR, you can go into the multiplayer mode, you know, just chill. There's a lot of bots in there. I don't really see a lot of real players. There's like a few real players, but I like that they added bots into the TDM because it's a casual mode. If they want a casual experience inside the multiplayer, they obviously don't want to add too many real players. So honestly, I think that adding bots into this multiplayer mode wasn't terrible. Then they decided to come out with Arenas, which is sweatier compared to TDM. Arenas is already in the PC and console version of the game, and I like that they added two different modes for the multiplayer, a casual mode and a more sweaty mode. I really hope they do add a ranked mode for that Arenas mode, because I honestly think that it'd be nice if they added a rank system for that, because then there'll be another factor of grinding in the game, which is just gonna make players play more and more, because I don't think a lot of players actually play Arenas. I'm sure there is a ton of players that do, but like I said, the developers mainly put a lot of focus into the BR mode. But honestly, I don't hate it. I like the Arenas mode. Both TDM and Arena share the same maps. I personally like the Arenas mode and the TDM mode. The TDM mode, like I said, is pretty basic, but I don't mind it because it's supposed to be a casual mode, so it's not really supposed to be this complex system or mode. The Arenas mode, on the other hand, it's a little bit sweatier, so I really do like that. Like I said, I really hope they do add a rank system, so it adds a little bit more progression and grind into the game, which I personally wouldn't mind. And now switching from multiplayer back to the battle royale mode, is that I finally got to try out the ranked mode, and honestly, ranked is actually pretty sweaty. The first few ranks, I would say bronze and silver, are pretty easy. They're basically filled with bots. As soon as you get to gold and higher, you will be facing a lot more sweaty players and better players, and I really like that they kind of kept it easy at the start. Then it progressively gets harder as time goes on. The ranked mode does get a little bit tough, but there is still quite a bit of bots, which I really don't like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind bots, just because obviously Apex prioritizes queue times over actual real players. There's not a lot of legends at the time being. There were the original legends, and then they decided to add Fade, and with the recent update they added Loba. And now let's actually talk about the battle pass. The battle pass is actually really good. I bought the first battle pass, and I think the second battle pass that they just recently added was a lot better than the first. And one thing that they recently changed with the battle pass is that once you buy and complete the battle pass, you get the next one for free, as long as you don't spend the syndicate gold that the battle pass already gives you. So if you don't spend it, you will be able to get it for free the very next season. And they recently did that change this season, so I really like that change, because I do not want to be spending money over and over and over again. And if you want to get your money's worth, the battle pass is the best value they can get inside the game. I think you get 4 legendary skins. You obviously get an epic skin for free at tier 50. You get Lobo for free, tier 25 for free as well, but you get some legendary skins and some gun skins as well in the paid battle pass, which I really enjoy. And the monetization isn't good. I think the battle pass is really the only thing that you can really spend money on if you don't want to be spending a lot of money, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. And one of the big problems that I had with the game on my original review was that the recoil was a little hard to control, and that they should change that. But honestly, now, a month later, I don't think the recoil is really a big issue. I can really control it now. Personally, I don't like the flatline. The flatline does have a really weird recoil pattern, and I think it's just that way because the gun is a really good weapon. So it's a high risk and high reward type of weapon. But personally, I like to use the R301, which is the easiest weapon to use and one of the best weapons to use. I also like to use the Havoc rifle and the R9 SMG, which are really good weapons in my opinion, but you do need that turbocharger for the Havoc rifle for it to be actually viable. But I really don't mind it without the turbocharger. But the recoil isn't really a big issue. The more you play and the more you practice, the easier the recoil is gonna get. But obviously, if you're not the best player in the game, you're obviously not gonna have this skill of basically having no recoil on your guns because you have really good recoil control. And let's talk about balance. The balance is honestly not that terrible. Guns and legends feel pretty good to use whether you go with the meta or off meta. For example, if you use the flatline and the R301, those are going to be the best weapons you can use inside the game. But obviously, if you go with another gun, you will be able to compete with the competition. And the same can be said about legends, because even the new legend fade is actually pretty viable in this current meta. And I think that you can really use any legend inside the game and still do good with it and still win a lot of matches. And one thing can be said is that you might be better with one legend compared to another. For example, you might be good at using Bloodhound, but you might suck at using Caustic. That's with me. I like using Banglador, but I suck at using Pathfinder, for example. So just try to find your legend for your playstyle. Now let's switch over from talking about the good things about the game to the bad things about the game. And obviously I didn't get to talk about every single good thing about the game. I just wanted to talk about some of the main reasons that this game was good. But now let's go into the bugs and monetization of the game. And for bugs, there is a lot of bugs right now inside the game. So for me, I've experienced the freeze. So every time I want to try to land into a specific location, my game will freeze a little bit before I actually land. My sensitivity will mess up. There's also one octane glitch where if you throw down your jump pad, there will be this lag delay where you will not be able to use the jump pad, so it will basically just get you killed. A lot of players have been experiencing crashes. I would say like a week after global launch, my game actually ended up starting to crash. But these crashes don't happen too often, so it's not really a big issue, but it does get annoying to deal with because obviously no one wants to play with bugs. And from global launch, from experiencing 1 to 2 bugs to experiencing 4 now, it's really annoying. And then there's also the infinite Bunnyhop glitch that you can do that I myself have been abusing, to where like you can infinitely B-hop and move faster than all your enemies, and you can do that with no consequences at all. You can do it infinitely. Like I said, there is no cooldown, you just have to have that momentum, and a lot of players are complaining about it. Yes, it is good for the movement inside the game because Apex Legends is very fast paced, and we haven't heard anything from the developers themselves that they are going to be fixing a lot of them. I heard that they are going to try to fix that Bunnyhop glitch, but from all the other bugs, I have not seen them reply to anything. I don't have Twitter, so I don't know if they have said anything over there. But from what I've seen so far from the actual community itself, they have not said anything but about the Bunnyhop glitch, which is super annoying because I really hope they fix the other ones, like the one where your game lags before you actually land, which is annoying for me because that happens every single game. And now let's move on to the monetization of the game, which is absolutely horrendous. A lot of the things inside the game actually cost a lot more than what Call of Duty Mobile offers, and you can spend up to $400 to $1,000 just to get a specific skin for all these like lucky draws inside the game. That's why I ended up saying that the battle pass is probably the best value they can have inside the game, because I think it's only like $7 to actually buy the battle pass, and everything else is over $100. And I'm not really surprised because it's EA, but they are basically killing their game. I don't think it's a big issue for me because I really have good self-control when it comes to money. I don't really find myself spending a whole ton of money. But at the end of the day, it's just gambling, so I think it is a big issue overall. But I definitely think that they should consider reducing the cost or prices of all the lucky draws inside the game, or they should consider adding bundles into the game, which is going to be very similar to what Call of Duty Modern Warfare offers or Call of Duty Mobile, but it's EA, and they're probably not going to end up doing that because they have some predatory gambling schemes. And I don't think it's really fair to the community because it's very expensive just to get one skin that you guys might want. And one thing that also sucks is that they added a paywall behind Fade, the newest legend inside the game, and there's only really one way to get them for free, and that is if you grind for Loba, get all her legend cards, and wait until the end of the season till Loba's cards turn into legend cards, then you can get Fade. But now you don't have Loba, or like I said, you can pay for him. And I don't know how much he is. I think he is like $7 to $9, but I think there's a better way to actually do this. And my opinion is that they should create some set of challenges to actually get fish. So for example, there should be 4 set of challenges. They should all be somewhat difficult, but not too difficult where it takes them like a whole month just to complete them. But that's how I think it should work. And in my opinion, those are really the 2 main issues for the game: the monetization and the bugs. The bugs are really just making it really hard to play the game right now, and it's really annoying because this game is actually really fun. Though this game does have a lot of good things going for it, it just got worse. So I'm gonna give this game a 6.5 out of 10. They really fumbled the bag here, but anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment down below so more people can find this video. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Show me yo with it. Iced out teeth. She loves when I'm grinning.
You know I'ma tell you what to